Good afternoon, everyone. Today is August 11, and we are just little bit short of time for the new next date announcement, which is coming in the month of September. And today we have Mr. Peter in with me, and we would like to know about his opinion about the new rate announcement coming up in September. But let's talk to Peter. Peter, thank you so much for giving us a time.
No problem.
I really appreciate you gave some time for the market of the race announcement. We would like to know, what will be the impact of the rate increase, if there is any rate increase in the next Bank of Canada rate announcement. What's your opinion about it?
Okay, there's been a lot of debate whether or not they're going to increase. I think they're definitely going to increase in September. I would probably guess it's going to be between, 0.75 maybe to 1% again, just based on where inflation is. It's still extremely high. The effect that's going to have on the market, real estate market, the mortgage market, it's going to have a tremendous effect. You're still seeing clients that are holding just to wait and see what happens. There's investors now that are on the private side and the mortgage side are also decreasing their loan to value based on what the rate hike might be. I just got a message from a lender saying that we had an approval for 75% loan to value in Milton, that it came back and that they're decreasing that and they're only going to go to 70% loan to value. So there's a lot of things that can happen. There's a lot of speculation from people. There's a lot of speculation from buyers, sellers, finance people, mortgage agents. I think everybody's kind of in the wait and see mode right now. I still think it's a good time to buy. I think if you can get, this is for the last little bit, I've actually seen, condition of financing, which I haven't seen that in 3 years since COVID started. So I still think if you can afford to buy it, jump in. I think that us as professionals, maybe don't put your clients in a 5-year term, maybe do a 2 or 3 year term, or put them in a variable. I mean, a lot of people are saying, well, the variable rates are going to go up, and they've gone up 2.25% in the last 3 months, but I still think it's a good product. I'm in a variable myself, and I like it. Do I think it's going to stay this high forever? No, I don't. So let's see what happens.
Thank you, Peter. Peter, let's say if the Bank of Canada increases the rate by 0.5%, 0.75%, or 1%.
Yeah.
Right now, the buyer is in a state of mind that they are saying, oh no, we will not be able to afford, and the prime rate right now is 4.7%.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say if it goes to 5.25 or 5.5 or 5.75, there will be a more downturn, and the people who are right now have a mortgage. So what do you recommend? They should come to us for refinancing or no? Or
I think you have to look at what
what's your opinion about it?
I think they have to look at every situation is different, so that each client's going to have to look at their specific goals, plans, financial situation, all of the above, to figure out what's the best solution. Again, I wouldn't put somebody in it, or I'm not putting people in a 5-year term fixed mortgage right now. That's something that I'm not doing. We're doing a 2 or 3 year term. So that's the difference between 534 to 499 or 485 or 439. There's still some deals to be had where some lenders are, if you're in a high ratio purchase, then you could still be in the low 4s in terms of percentage. Do I think that a year and a half ago we were seeing the 1.3s and the 1.5? I don't think that was a realistic market. It's just like when people were over paying for homes. I don't think that it's healthy for a house to be listed at $1 million and then sell for 1.9. I don't think that's also a realistic market. I think if you're don't know what to do and you're on the fence, I think speak to a professional. Speak to your realtor, speak to a mortgage professional, speak to a financial advisor, instead of just not doing anything. I think not doing anything is worse. And get some advice from some professionals. Like we are professionals at what we do, so we can look at your file holistically and say, okay, based off of your rate, based on the value of your house, based off your income, based on what you want to do with whatever it is that you want to do, this is going to be the best solution for you.
Yeah. One more question I would like to ask.
Sure.
The appraisal values are like coming down, and like the file today we are working on it, and the file that appraisal value has down, and the buyer is now stressed out. What do you like say about the appraisal? What do you want to comment on the appraisal values?
Yeah, I think that again, as professionals, we've seen this before, where appraisal values have come down, or they've corrected. So it's I haven't had any appraisals come in low from my clients yet. But is it coming? Possibly. I think it's just being smart about how you purchase. So a purchase is done on emotion, right? So if you really like a house, if you overpay and the appraisal comes in low, then you're gonna have to be stuck, coming up with the difference. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of appraisals come in low, and a lot of clients, now are stressing out because they don't have $200,000 or $100,000 to come up extra. So I would say just be smart about it. Just again, don't overpay. Paying $600,000 over asking price in today's market, especially, I think is huge.
Right now market is like kind of you don't have to go in the bidding wars.
You don't have to.
You have time. Even you can put the clause in while purchasing a home. You can put a clause, okay, I will buy according to the appraisal value. Then you have a time to financing.
Yeah. So what I'm seeing a lot right now is clients want to know what the house is worth. So they'll put a condition of finance in there. They will pay for appraisal. Just keep in mind that it's hard to get an appraisal in 5 business days. So sometimes clients are paying for a rush appraisal. A rush appraisal can cost you between $700 and $1,400 depending on
Depending on the location, area, and availability of the lender. And
yeah. So
some lenders are they just like, okay, we have so approved list. We will go to, you have to get the appraisal done from these lenders.
Absolutely. So are some people doing that and paying that cost? Yes, because they have
no choice.
$50,000, $100,000, $75,000 on the line. $75,000 or $50,000 to me is a lot of money, right? Like, so yeah, some people are doing that, and it's working for some people. So let's see. I would just caution everybody just to be smart about what they're doing. Like, do your homework, do your research. Is paying asking or over asking on a property to right now, is that really the smartest move? Possibly, depending on the area, but it may not be, because the appraisal may come in low. And again, the banks aren't going to finance if the appraisal comes in low the difference. You're going to have to come up with that out of pocket.
And then like some people, like most of the people, they just like save only for the down payment, and when this kind of situation comes, then they have a sleepless nights.
Yes.
And they go, okay, what should we do, what should we not do?
Yeah, and sometimes that happens, right? Like, sometimes I had a client that sold his house back in February, closing June 30th. They did the appraisal 2 weeks before, so in the middle of June, and he sold for 3.1, and the appraisal came in at 2.5. So it was like a $600,000 short. So what do you do in a case like that? They're gonna have to go back to the client came back to him and asking him, well, here's the situation. What are you gonna do? They want to close. He needs to close. He moved his family to Calgary thinking that all this was done, but it's not. So it's a mess.
Yeah. So guys, thank you Peter for your so much valuable time. I know like we have a conference call at 1:30. So thank you Peter for your valuable time. And if you need any expert advice, you can reach out to me at 647-909-4750. Or I work with Peter. Peter, he's my mentor. He's my counselor. So if you need any help with the mortgage, please reach out to me at 647-909-4750. Thanks and goodbye. Thank you,
All right,
Peter.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
No problem. All right, bye-bye.